Alright guys, so we had just finished talking about the different kinds of averages, mean, mean, and mode, and how it depends on the type of data for the best kind of average. Alright, so I did a survey in a small class of mine, and then I want to take that data and talk about the central tendency of it all. Alright, so one of the questions I asked, alright, so I asked, how old are you? Ask what's your favorite number, do you think calculators should be used in all math classes, and what's your birth order? Yeah. All right. So I've already put the numbers least to greatest to kind of save us time. And I don't necessarily solve the problem in order. And so I always, mode's pretty, like, super easy to find. Just find the number that appears the most. And so even though 5 is there twice, 7 is there 3 times, and so that is the answer. For mode, median is the middle number, and so I go and I cross them off at 3 each, at 4 each, 5 each. Okay, and so I have 2 numbers in the middle. When you have 2 numbers in the middle, you need to add them up and then divide by 2. So you're really just finding the average of those 2 numbers. And so it's really easy on this particular problem that you know halfway between 7 and 8 is 7.5, but we're going to have bigger numbers, and they're going to vary where it's not necessarily as easy to tell. So when you have 2 numbers in the middle, add them up and divide by 2. All right, so I get 7, 5 as our median. Okay, our mid-range is our high. High plus low. Yeah, high plus low divided by 2. Because it's got the word range in it, and I know that range is high minus low, and so I always get confused. All right, mid-range is high plus low. Divided by 2. And so it is a pretty good way to estimate the middle. All right, and this particular set of data is unique, and we're going to see later on why this mid-range, which is 154 divided by 2, 77. All right, so we would get 77 as our mid-range. I don't know why it keeps, like, the text is off a little. I don't know. Anyway, you get the point. All right, the reason is, and we're going to learn mathematically how to find it later, but 150 is an outlier. And so if I took out 150 and did 27 instead, plus 4, that's 31. Yeah, 31, and 31 divided by 4 is 7.75. And so if I took out that outlier, which is 150, then I would get closer to the median, 7.75. And so you can't just look at the set of data and say, oh, the outlier is 150. I'm going to mathematically show you how to find that. Because if you don't give me the math behind it, I'm not gonna believe you. All right, and then the mean. The mean is we add up all the numbers. So I have my calculator. 4 plus 5. All right, so I added them all up, 2271. And divide by, there are 1, 6, there are 12 numbers. I'm going to do 271 divided by 12, and I get 22.58. Okay, we are supposed to, on rounding, these are all whole numbers, so I need to go one less. So I'm going to do 22.6. Alright, so I get my mean is 22.6, my median is 7.5, my mode is 7, my mid-range is 77. And so if we look at this, there's a couple of things that we should notice. All these numbers, except for one, are less than 30. So the mid-range is not good. Then the mean, even though everything is less than 30, that mean is skewing it, that 150. So if I took that 150 out, I would get 121, and if I divided that by 11, I'd get an average of 11, which is a little better. But see, like, half of our numbers are less than 10, so that mean is really skewed by that 150. All right, our mode is 7, and our mid-range is 77. So in this particular case, the best type of average is median, because this 150 is skewing the data for the mid-range, and it's skewing the data for the mean. So even though on interval ratio, which is data with pure numbers, even though the best thing is the mean, sometimes median is better. Okay, let's look at another example. All right, ages. Okay, so we have these ages. I always like to go in a different order, and so I'm gonna. All right, first let's do the mode. 18's twice, 22's twice. That 21 is 4 times. So the mode is 21, and then I'm going to find the middle. So one at the beginning, one at the end. One at the beginning, one at the end. Beginning, one at the end. Alright, and so I'm sitting here at 21 for the median again. Alright, mid-range is going to be 34 plus 18 divided by 2. And all the numbers are relatively close to each other. So we should get something that's close to the median. The mid-range approximates the median. So 34 plus 18 is 52. 52 divided by 2, right, is 26. So it's just an approximate. It won't be 6, but it's there. All right, and then mean. So I'm going to add them all up. 18, 18, 18. 287. All right, just know that I'm not perfect, and I didn't get a math degree because I got every single answer right ever, nor did I get a math degree because I got A's on everything. I got a math degree because I never gave up. And so, and I understand the concepts even though I might make a mistake. So let's say you're watching these videos and you're like, that's not the right number. Okay, I'm still doing the process right. I just made the numbers wrong. I'm silly. All right, so 287 divided by 13. This is a 7 right here. Divided by 13, and we get 22.07. Everything's a whole number, so we need to go to the tenths. I tried to answer. 22.1. And so that's pretty good. They're all like right around each other, which makes sense because this is ages of kids in a class that's made for juniors. And so the mean is the best average here. All right, let's look here. I asked you, do you think calculators should be used in all math courses? 7 said strongly agree, 4 said agree, 1 said neutral, nobody said disagree, 1 said strongly disagree. I am a huge proponent of calculators in math classes because, especially in higher level, because I'm not here to know if you know how to add fractions. I'm here if you can do complex analysis. All right, and so this, pause on this problem real quick. Okay, I want to remind you that this is numbers, so it's interval ratio is the type of data that it is, and this guy right here is pure numbers, so it is also interval ratio dash. Okay, and then this, I have how many are in each category, but I have categories. And these categories, strongly agree to strongly disagree, versus these, only child, firstborn, middle, youngest child. Those categories, only child, firstborn, middle, youngest, being the only child versus being a middle child, one's not better than the other, although you can jokingly say it is, right? Okay, so there's no order to this one. So this is nominal. I keep like wanting to add like a B or next to it. All right, and then this one, there's categories, and strongly agree is generally the best. All right, and so this one's ordinal because there's an order. All right, and so with these, you can't really find the mean. You can find the median and you can find the mode, but you can't find the mean or really the mid-range because there's not physical numbers. And so the mode is the one that appears the most, and so this is the mode. Highlighter might be better. All right, so the mode is that guy. And then the median is the middle. And so we would, count strongly agree, and then we would count a disagree, a strongly disagree, we would count a disagree, we would count a neutral, we would count agree. And our middle happens to actually occur in the 7th spot for strongly agree. So that's the median. But the absolute best for ordinal, no doubt, is the mode, the category that's most often. Birth order, it's the same thing. We're still at categories. And so you can't do the mean. You can't do the mid-range. And so you can do median and mode. And so the one that, the mode, the one that happens the most often is middle. And so most of these students were middle kids. And I considered a middle kid if you weren't firstborn and you weren't youngest. So if you were literally the middle, there was 3 of y'all. If you were like second to oldest or second to youngest, but there was more than 3. I'm watching this candle that I have, and it's going crazy. It makes me nervous. That's why I keep looking up. Okay, and so median, we would go 1, 1, 1, 1. So I've counted those 2 categories. And then 1, 1, 1, 1. So I've counted that category, and I'm in number 4 of the middle category. And so it also happens that the median is the middle child as well. But the absolute best type of average, and the one you would use to describe this data, is the mode. All right, weighted mean. I'm going to show you in the next video. It's really short. All right, I'll see you in a minute.